Alright, here we are. Game between Wheel Wreck While Whistling and Team Freedom. A bit of a tongue twister with that name. And we take a look, get around into this draft. Sand King and Puck picked up by Wheel, while for Team Freedom, Clockwork and Wisp. So they ban out the Shadow Shaman as well as the Ancient Apparition Weaver and Drow. And for Wheel Wreck While Whistling, they've banned out the Nyx, Crystal Maiden, Legion Commander, and Shadow Fiend. It's so hard to get myself not to laugh putting that all out there. So Earthshaker picked up by Team Freedom, and they do ban out the Shadow Fiend. You don't want to give up a Shadow Fiend with a Clockwork on the team. They've already gone with the Wisp. Maybe, you know, sometimes when you do see a team want to go for that Clockwork Shadow Fiend combination, they do that in the first two picks, but does get banned out to stop that from really happening. And now Clockwork, Wisp, and Earthshaker, where either Earthshaker or Clockwork could really be in the 4 or the offlane role. So, you take a look at this team, and with Earthshaker, Wisp, and Clockwork, what they can do. Clockwork very aggressive in the early game. Definitely have to watch out and see how he plays in the early goings up against his Puck and Sand King. Go for that battery assault with the cogs, especially with an Earthshaker, where you can get that fissure. Work towards getting a couple of early kills. For the side of Wheel Wreck While Whistling, you've got Puck, Sand King. You know, Puck's a solid mid over here, and we've seen it a couple times on CCNC where he's really dominated the game, and it could be one of those situations where we just see a Puck go off on this team. Couple of melee heroes here for Team Freedom. Really want to get in close, but a Dream Coil comes out or a Waning Rift stops them from going in. And all of a sudden, Team Freedom, the initiation they think they have is all really gone. Got Rubik picked up here for the side of Wheel Wreck While Whistling. Quite a bit to steal. Hook Shot, Echo Slam, Relocate would be nice. So Rubik and Sand King could be your 4 and 5 position, while we see Puck over mid for sure.
Templar Assassin.
And actually coming out of nowhere with something we haven't really seen much of at all. It's going to be Templar Assassin mid for CCNC. So CCNC on the Templar Assassin. You've got Earthshaker, Wisp, and Clockwork. Templar Assassin, if he does get the good fissure coming out at least early on Puck, maybe they find a couple of good kills. You get a Meld Strike out on Puck, and all of a sudden Puck's not having a great lane. The game starts to turn around on Wheel Wreck While Whistling, and Team Freedom really roll forward with the Templar with early farm. So Team Freedom, they need a safe laner. Wheel Wreck, they go with the Necro. I'm not a huge fan of Necro safe lane. We've seen it a couple of times. It hasn't worked out for either team that's really used it. So personally not a fan. But you're really looking to get that burst with maybe the Rubik. With the Fade Bolt, eventually Puck picks up a Dagon. Trying to lock down a couple of these heroes on Team Freedom and really stymie their farm and get them out of the game.
Reserve time.
So, Necro, Rubik, Puck, Sand King up against Clockwork, Wisp, Earthshaker, and Templar. You get into these last picks. Safe laner needed for Team Freedom. Meanwhile, offlane looks like it's going to be needed for Wheel Wreck While Whistling, as Sand King could be your 4, Rubik your 5. And trying to think what they could go with in terms of an offlaner. Maybe they want to go with the Bat Rider. Blink Initiation with that Lasso gives Necrophos time to set up that Reaper Scythe. Can get the lift. And possibly work on taking out a bunch of these heroes quickly with the Reaper Scythe and what you've got. So Team Freedom, they're looking to ban, and they're going to ban out that Dragon Knight. Maybe they think that Puck's going to go in the off lane, or Necro in the off lane, where they're going to use either DK in mid or DK safe lane. I don't really think that's the case. I've seen Puck only a handful of times while you're usually with that mid Puck. But now Wheelwreck, their
10
turn to ban is
seconds
Team
remaining.
Freedom. They are looking for a safe laner, and they kind of want a
5
team that can
seconds
kind of get in
remaining.
your face. Probably going to want to hit from the outside into these clockwork cogs, so could see maybe
Dire
Clinks come
team
out.
pick.
Could see Sven come out. Either of those two Euros get up in your face. Clinks very mobile early in the game. Could see him come out for Team Freedom. As for Wheelwreck, I like Bat
10
here
seconds
personally,
remaining.
but we'll have to see.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
About 30 more seconds. Trying to wonder where their damage comes from in terms of this team. And that might be the reason they do end up turning to Puck in the offlane, or Necro in the offlane, because they do need a bit more damage. They don't
10
really have much
seconds
with Necro
remaining.
and Puck. We've seen Necro and Puck together before, and I haven't seen it really work out for really
Radiant
any of
team
these teams that have gone that direction. Now you've got Death Prophet, but again, your damage seems a little bit weak.
Ten seconds remaining.
So we'll
5
have Wheelwreck
seconds
while
remaining.
whistling. They'll have themselves Death Prophet, Necro, Rubik, Puck, Sand King.
Reserve
And we'll
time.
have to see what Freedom pick up last. I am thinking that could be Clinks. Minus armor is going to be very nice for this team if they do go Clinks. A little bit of lacking tankiness, so they could go like CK or Sven. Really man those front lines. But we'll see. 10 seconds
10
left
seconds
before the...
remaining.
Yeah, there it is. All right. So CC and C is going to be on the Templar Assassin, Yawar on that Clinks. We've seen him there before. Snake King on the Earth Shaker, Flea on the Clockwork, and then I think that leaves Stand King on the IO. For the side of Wheelwreck, got Annihilate on the Death Prophet, KBH on the Necro, Mad on the Sand King, the 2 on Puck, and that ends up leaving Derp Derp on the Rubik. So, personally, I do like the draft of Team Freedom. Minus armor is going to be really nice for them. They're going to get that early medallion on Clinks. Nicks. And then they're really going to look to probably be mobile with both the Earthshaker and the Clockwork, open up the space for CC&C, who really does like being aggressive. So maybe we see them really start to fight as 5 very early in this game. Just getting ready to start here. Waiting for towers and all that. Here we are, ready to go. So player with the highest total magic or pure damage done to heroes by 10 minutes.
Prepare for battle.
Let's see. Let's go with KBH. Total number of trees, 300 plus. Highest amount of physical damage a hero will do in one hit. I'll say 1,000 plus. And then the total number of player deaths at game end, 41 to 55. So we'll be underway in just a moment. Quick pause coming out. Take a look over top as CC&C is here with the TA, as well as Snaking. Coming on over is going to be Stan King on the Wisp. But bottom, actually, they've got Fully with the Clockwork, and you are on the Clink, so pretty standard. And then mid, looks like they're going to go as 5 to smoke up and be pretty aggressive. Here is 4 up top is going to be the Necrophos. They're going to look for possibly the Burrow Strike as well as the Telekinesis to get themselves a kill, but they'll try and wait to see if Derp gets anything before they really skill anything out. Coming very deep in there and really looking to get themselves a pickoff. They might run into Flea. Their smoke's going to be broken. They're not going to turn around. They're actually going to continue on forward. They're going to miss each other. So Wheel walk right past this Clockwork, but I don't even know if they know Derp and Mad are around the corner. So you are here with Flea. Still 3 over bottom for Wheel.
The battle begins.
And they do come on over. Flea looking for something. He's going to be hit by the Telekinesis as well as the Burrow Strike. Flea might be in a little bit of trouble, locked up by those cogs of his own. And that really gives them the opportunity to continue to strike them down, and the 2 does end up getting himself first blood. So we'll take a look at these lanes. Death Prophet is going to be up against CC&C and Stan King of the TA and Wisp. KVH looking like he's going to be up by himself. Off lane of Snake King is going to be up against KVH. We take a look over bottom. It's Yawar versus that off lane Puck of the 2. And then Mad's making his way over with the Rubik with Flea. And actually Stan King coming over. So Annihilate going to have some trouble over against CC&C, especially, you know, with the Sideblades just hitting out at Annihilate. He has to be a little bit close to really get these last hits. And early on, this Death Prophet's going to be very susceptible to what aggression that CC&C is throwing his way. Meanwhile, over bottom, they've got themselves the kill on Stan King, so they take out the Wisp. Already a 2-0 lead for Wheel. But at the same time, you got to worry about your mid. You got to worry about those cores coming out, getting themselves a good start for the side of Wheel Wreck while whistling. And if they don't, CC&C finds himself a little bit of farm as well as Yawar. Get that early game aggression of maybe a medallion for Clinks and the minus armor of the Meld Strike for TA. You may not have what it takes to really survive that onslaught. So forced to use that salve, get a Tango out as Annihilate, but now no more regen. Has to be very careful here as there's the Spirit Siphon coming out on CC&C, trying to run out, has Stan King. They might want to go in on Annihilate. Finally, the Spirit Siphon does break. And Annihilate, actually down to half health, has to move back towards this tower. He's got 4 Tangos coming in again, and still Annihilate. You know, you're eating these Sideblades, the Wisp nearby. It's not looking too great, but still 9-2, so things not as terrible as I kind of make them seem. So you take a look over bottom as Derp. They might want to make a move on Yawar. They throw him forward, stun him up, as well as the nice Fade Bolt. Here comes the Dust. Yawar in a lot of trouble. 1 or 2 more shots should do it. And Derp with the kill. 3-0 lead for Wheel Wreck while whistling. And they are looking pretty good in this early game everywhere, but I'd say mid. They've got the Spirit Siphon out, but Annihilate getting chased out. And he'll be pushed back even further. As his mid lane has been tough compared to CC&C's. So up top, KVH kind of freeform up against Snake King on the Earthshaker. And then again over bottom, Derp's here, but Yawar, he's got to come up. Now I think he's going to be protected by Wisp. That might open up the lane a little bit for Annihilate, but already, again, down to 1 Tango, so quickly going through that gold. Yawar just going to hit away at Mad. Has himself level 1 in that Burrow Strike. Now with Caustic Finale, they could go in again with Derp maybe coming from the side. They have Dust on the ready.
Invisibility.
And we'll have to see if they do end up going for it. Meanwhile, Invisibility is going to be picked up and used by CCNC. They've got themselves the nice Spirit Siphon again with the Crypt Swarm. But Adamana is Annihilate, can't continue to chase. So good start for Wheel. Everywhere but it seems mid, and mid, again, not even that bad. Take a look over bottom. Yawar showing himself Mad. We're going to get level 2 in that Burrow Strike to have the range to get under this tower and get the stun on Yawar. Yawar is starting to sense this kind of danger that's coming in under this tier 1. He wouldn't really be safe even if he did stay under tower, so he's got to watch out. Be very careful as we take a look up top. They're looking to get themselves a kill on KVH. They've got the Wisp, they've got Flea as well as Snake King, but now there's the Telekinesis under tower. Going to take a couple of shots. They've got the Enchant Totem, but that's just to clear up creeps. Finally, a Fissure comes out to save the life of their Clockwork Fleet, just barely getting out. And almost 4-0 for Wheel Wreck while whistling. Derp has made his way up top. Yawar can feel a little bit safer over bottom. Really start to take out these creeps and harass out Mad. But Mad with the Burrow Strike at Yawar. Force out that Skeleton Walk just to back off. We take a look up top again. Snake King coming through with Flea. Try and get this kill. The Enchant Totem's not going to hit, but they've got the Fissure as well as the Battery Assault. They'll get the kill. And under tower, Snake King will just take a couple of shots. But KVH looking to get the kill on either of these heroes. So he continues to move forward, not going to find anything, and they'll be able to retreat without losing their lives. Burrow Strike comes out on Yawar. There's the nice Waning Rift, and with the Illusory Orb and the Caustic Finale hitting from Mad, look at an easy kill on Yawar. So all of a sudden, Freedom, they lose a core, and things looking very good for Wheel. I guess you could say the wheels are turning. As Annihilate, he actually gets locked up by these cogs. Battery Assault comes out. Spirit Siphon keeping him alive. He's got the Exorcism. Now he's going to look to take out Flea. Crypt Storm will finish him off. And now, CCNC is here with Stan King. They've got Mad. They've got Derp. They're going to dive these towers. Or actually not, as the Creep Wave not far enough forward to really take the damage from the tower shots that would come their way and put them in harm's way. Use this Exorcism to hit away at this tier 1. They've got their creeps moved up. Traps continuing to be thrown by CCNC. We've got 3 heroes here, and Yawar finally making his way over. It's forcing huge rotations from the side of Team Freedom to make anything happen on Wheel Wreck while whistling. So meanwhile, KVH, he's got the Reaper Scythe available. Snake King might want to watch out. The Enchant Totem only keeps him alive a little bit longer. He's got himself the Fissure, the Echo Slam. Snake King baiting him in and throws everything in the kitchen sink his way. Gets the kill. And Necro, a sad, sad man, as he is killed off by a lonely Earthshaker. Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, they'll throw him back. They'll use the Dream Coil. Snake King in a bunch of trouble. There is the Waning Rift and the last hit from Derp. So they'll get at least one back. But still, that's Necro off the board. So now KVH has made his way over bottom. I think they're going to swap it up, put the puck up here with Derp. not a terrible idea, as the two would be getting some free farm, and KVH, he's got himself Reaper Scythe already and just about level 7. So they continue to push over bottom. Let's see if they can make a move. They've got Yawar as well as the Wisp coming over, but Sand King very weak. I don't know if you want to go too deep, especially on this Sand King. Get the kill with a Burrow Strike, a hit from the Caustic Finale, and end that Sandstorm pretty quickly. Sand King just showing himself while Yawar trying to farm up as best he can over bottom. They've got the Necro ult ready, and he is level 7, so they might actually think about going in. Yawar is in a bit of trouble. No dust here for KVH.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But Yawar is very low. Maybe if you have the dust and the Sand King here, get yourself a kill. And he's got dust as well as that Burrow Strike. So Yawar's really got to watch out, as he's been forced out of his lane and his farm has just not been too great. Take a look, top of the net worth is CC&C, but that's followed up by both the Puck as well as the Death Prophet. And Necro, who really only needs these levels at the time being. They do have to watch out for TA, though. As the Blightstone blink, not close, but getting there. And you are really hoping to get that medallion at some point, but his farm has been abysmal up to this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So they continue to push down bottom. No contest coming in from Team Freedom. Now they'll look to push this creep wave and continue to farm up very efficiently, looking for that blink on the Puck. And then next for this KVH Necro is going to be the mech. Got Exorcism used. They look towards CC&C. Annihilate might be in a little bit of trouble. He's got the Spirit Siphon working for now. Silence Up is going to be the Earthshaker. And now the Burrow Strike comes through from Mad. Nobody dead on either side just yet. The Battery Assault hitting away at Annihilate. The Spirit Siphon's what's keeping him alive. The Meld Strike hits, but Annihilate not dead just yet. One shot comes in from Yara with the Searing Arrow, and now a huge Dream Coil comes in, but it's just the Puck. It gets turned around. The Echo Slam is there, and they'll kill off this Puck. So Wheel getting a little bit too overconfident with that Dream Coil of Puck, and not the rest of the team being there, but now they might have a kill on CC&C. They continue to run him down. Got themselves the Wisp, but Sand King very low. He doesn't have himself relocate. They're trying to get the kill at least on Sand King to get him out, but there's the Reaper Scythe. That'll clean up CC&C. They should get one more in Sand King, and there it is. So a good fight there from Wheel. The only thing that really kind of went wrong was the Puck getting in a little bit too deep despite getting a nice Dream Coil. They clean up. They get the Reaper Scythe out on CC&C. Slow down his farm immensely with that, and they pick up quite a bit of gold.
I'll take your tribute.
Now you are forced to farm the jungle of his enemy. He's there with the Skeleton Walk. Might be able to get a kill on Derp, but with no mana and no strafe, I don't think you go after this. They do have Snaking, however. The Enchant Totem looking to hit on Derp in a bad spot. There's the nice two-man Dream Coil. They might be able to turn this around. They've got the Waning Rift to silence up two of these heroes. KVH is going to walk in. Now the hook shot from Flea to save their life, but they're still going to lose Yawar. They try to run away, Snaking very low, and the Enchant Totem is going to come out on KVH, who's got himself Reaper Scythe in 24. He continues to run on forward, finally takes out Snaking, and now Flea looks to be the next target. They've got the Silence, the Spirit Siphon ripping him away, and Flea drops 3 kills for Wheel Wreck while whistling, and they are looking very good in this game. So 3 for 1, they only lose Derp. Pick up about 1,000 on that net worth, and really looking good despite TA being top of the net worth.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We'll use this Exorcism to push down the tier 1. Fissure comes out, but no Blink Dagger or Echo Slam for this Earthshaker, so not really much you can do but throw out these Fissures.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Another fissure comes out, but the exorcism continuing to work, and with KVH here, should go down soon if they do get this exorcism off, even longer with no interruption. Trying to find the fissure. They do hit it. Tower not dead just yet. 76. No deny. No. Easy deny for the Earthshaker. So they continue moving forward. They've stolen that rocket flare. They blink and get the Dream Coil as well as the Waning Rift onto this Earthshaker. There it is. Reaper Scythe from KVH. And another kill for Wheel Wreck while whistling. I love saying it. It's such a tongue twister, but not bothering you right now.
Thank you, Reputies. A prize.
So now you finally have that medallion on what is a bullied Clinks. Minus armor coming into effect, and maybe they can make it work, but it's definitely going to be tough. Not down by too much, only 3k gold. But Wheel, with what they've got early, continuing to use this Necro and the nice Reaper Scythe, they've been able to shut down a couple of these heroes, and their net worth lead just continues to expand. The two going to be looking for a 4-staff next. We'll see if he does go Dagon a little bit later, or if that's going to be KVH.
Not what you expected?
So CC&C now working on that Desolator. Desolator and Medallion coming out for Team Freedom could prove to be an issue for Wheel Wreck. So they gotta watch out and not really let this farm continue, and by pushing this mid-tier 2, they're forcing a couple of rotations out. Got the rotation from CC&C, the rest of the team is over mid, but it doesn't look like they're making a move just yet. CC&C is gonna be forced to clean up over bottom just by himself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now you've got 4 over here for Wheel Wreck while whistling. They've got the smoke available in 5 seconds. They might use it to wrap around, but they are under a trap. Using these traps for vision. CC&C's going to spot them and know they want to smoke. The spirits come out. No Blink Dagger just yet for the Sand King. So many kings in this game. Very hard to really figure everything out. They've got the Waning Rift. They've also got the 2-man Dream Coil, but an Echo Sum as well as a hookshot comes out from the side of Team Freedom. They're working towards KVH, but he's healing so well. They haven't killed off anybody on the side of Wheel Wreck while whistling just yet. They continue in with the Spirit Siphon as well as the Exorcism. They're going to try and chase down Freedom as they've initiated, but gotten nothing out of it. And now Wheel, they dominate. Not getting any kills, but you push back Team Freedom after they've used everything. They'll be able to get this tier 2 with ease. So you get this tier 2, everybody's here for Wheel. They're yet to use that smoking, could still even use that to be aggressive towards the side of Team Freedom. But again, they're under these traps, and it is some good vision coming out from CC&C. So 12-4 in favor of Wheel Wreck. Found some nice Dream Coils from the 2. Doing very well. This Earthshaker trying to get out of the way. He's got himself the Blink Dagger. No Echo Slam, though. So the push that's coming in from Wheel going to be hard to defend. They got to play it off right. They've got Dream Coil up. And now they've got Refraction on Derp. He's going to be hook-shotted, but he's still got the Refraction. The dust comes out. CC&C comes in. Meld Strike destroys him. So I thought maybe he'd survive, but with this team far and away on the side of Wheel Wreck, they got to give up Derp, which is not too terrible.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So really the problem right now is letting Yawar back into this game, watching out for the Desolator that's going to come out for the Templar Assassin, and that might be where the power spike happens for Team Freedom. You need to be very careful about this as Yawar is looking for the kill on Matt. They can find a fissure, and They won't have hookshot, but if they can get the cogs, they might find themselves a kill. There it is. They continue to go in. Searing arrows. Yoar with a pickoff, and if you're Wheel Wreck, that's exactly what you don't want to give up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Give up a kill like that, Yoar, who's really trying to bounce back heavily. You just can't be giving up these kills if you want to keep this lead for Wheel.
Under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Strafe going to be used. They'll take a tier 2, and Yoar not being really contested at all. Again, this is letting Yoar find that farm and get back into it. Him with CC&C now having that full Desolator, I think despite being up in net worth, Wheel, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble going further into this game. They've given a little bit too much time to CC&C as well as Yoar. Really, Yoar just opening up the map for himself and continuing to farm, looking for what looks to be a Desolator next. So over mid, Annihilate with the Exorcism. But again, over bottom, CC&C is looking for this tower. They're going to try and trade. They've got the TPs coming into Shrine. They've got Snaking ready with the Echo Slam. Might actually walk in the rest of this team. He's under ward vision. They know he's around. There's the Courier coming across. They've already lost their Courier. There's the nice Dream Coil out on one. They get the Reaper Scythe to take out Flea, but here comes the relocate from CC&C. See if they can make anything happen. The Metal Strike's out there on Annihilate. Meanwhile, on the back end, they're going to get themselves the Echo Slam. They take out Derp, but the Spirit Siphon just doing so much work. There's the Waning Rift. 2 kills for the side of Wheel Wreck. They don't get anything more on Freedom. And Wheel Wreck, a great job of turning that fight around. So you lose 3, only lose Derp on your side.
I'll take your tribute.
And Wheel Wreck are looking pretty happy with the lead they've got and the push they've been really given by Team Freedom.
A prize. Thank you, my beauties.
So again, it's really tough for Yoar to do much more than what he is now. He's only got himself Medallion and the Soul Ring. Desolator will be nice, but still, gonna need an item or 2 more to really be effective in these fights. You've got CC&C who's farmed up pretty well. He's top of the net worth, and by pretty well, amazingly. Has the Desolator, has the Blink Dagger, looking for the Dragon Lance and Hurricane Pike next. And CC&C, he really looks to be the only problem right now for Wheel, where, you know, Wheel, they have themselves a couple of problems for Team Freedom in both the Puck, as well as KVH on this Necro, and the pushing power from Death Prophet. So they've come over bottom. Derp is here with the 2. Just staying nearby is Stand King and CC&C. CC&C, who thought he had something over bottom in that exchange before he went out. He was, you know, not able to kill this Death Prophet through the Spirit Siphon. So, Desolator finally comes out for this Clanks Yoar. Now he's looking for the BKB, and maybe there's the item that he gets to really start working towards taking out the side of Wheel Wreck. Continuing to farm up is going to be CC&C. He's looking for that Dragon Lance, remember, and going to take out this tower over bottom. They're not coming over. They're actually over towards Roche, smoked up. So Wheel's going to give up this bottom tier 1, head up top. But they're not going to find anything. Snake King's got himself the blink. Maybe he looks for a kill on Annihilate, but that wouldn't be the smart move. But he knows he's there. So all this is happening, you know, they're trying to push top, but CC&C, he's going to try and take the bottom tier 2. At some point, maybe Earthshaker's only move, and they will lose Derp by the Shrine, is to stop these TPs of going back to try and defend the tier 2 bottom.
Dire's structures are
Yeah, they've
fortified.
given up this tier 2.
Radiant's top tower is
They just
under
have
attack.
not come over. Finally, the TP is going to be started. They get it out. The fissure's not going to stop it, but they've already lost this tower.
Has fallen.
You're giving up too much, and the net worth lead is now about even, where CCNC is holding his team on his back right now and really giving this time to UR. Once he gets that BKB, I wouldn't be surprised to see them really start to turn around this game. The Burrow Strike finally comes out on UR as well as the Sandstorm, but there's the hook shot onto this Sand King. Man in a bit of trouble as he's covered in the cogs. There's the relocate from CCNC and Stand King. But this fight doesn't seem to be really doing much just yet. Got the Burrow Strike, Reaper Scythe to strike down the Stand King Wisp. Well, that's about it. It was already the relocate. It didn't quite matter. The rest of the team backed off. They get a kill, so maybe they look to push because they've lost to tier 2 and they want to get one back. Kind of fight together here for the side of Team Freedom. You don't have that mobility with the Wisp. CCNC getting very close to that Dragonlance, and let's see if they can move in on Wheel, coming over for their tier 3 mid. Wheel's going to use that Exorcism, start to chip away at this tower. If they can stay forward and really watch out, not group up. Don't want to be too close for this Echo Slam that's being locked up by Snake King. He's trying to find himself the right target. He's got to watch out, though. The Exorcism is really protecting them from the blink in. So let's see how Wheelwreck kind of react to being down the first time and not feeling as strong and confident as they once did. Game's going to be paused by KVH. CCNC and Stand King just going to continue to farm, and the rest of their team might look to fight. Let's see, is there smoke available? There is on the Clockwork, so definitely could be a fight coming out from the side of Team Freedom. You get 3 going in with Yoar initiating, as well as the Clockwork Flea going in with a hook shot. All of a sudden, a relocate comes in with both CCNC and Stand King. We'll find themselves a little bit too much to handle. That's the fight that Team Freedom's looking for, to try and spread these heroes out a little bit after the Echo Slam's been dropped and the initiation's been used. So there's the Rocket Flare, and I think that does spot a couple of these heroes thrown over towards Roche. You've got Flea as well as Snake King ready to go.
A prize.
Actually, Team Freedom, they've thrown CCNC over bottom. He's just going to go for this tier 3. They're going to try and come back. They've got the puck TPing in. I think this is exactly what Freedom want. It's opening up the map more for Yawar, who really needs this BKB. Wheel, they've kind of been locked out of taking any fights, and they've been drawn across this map by the pressure of Team Freedom to a point where Wheel, you know, their farm hasn't been so great the last couple of minutes. They haven't been team fighting, and they've let Yawar as well as CCNC bring their team back into this game. They finally smoke to try and be aggressive, but again, when they move as 4 like this and move as a unit, it's just CCNC's moment to really just go and push. They've got the Fissure Blink. Burrow Strike's not going to hit on anything as there's the Blink out from Earthshaker, but they know they're there, and again, CCNC is going to be ready to push over bottom. So CCNC waiting for it. The 2 comes over the top. He's going to go in. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Blinks back. There's the blink forward by CCNC. Phase shift to try and stay alive. The meld strikes out. Not one more shot by CCNC. Does not get the kill. That would have been devastating to Wheelwreck while whistling. So now Yawar up top, looking towards Annihilate. With the Echo Slam, the Enchant Totem, as well as the Fissure, they'll get the kill on Annihilate. Taken out all by his lonesome self, as meanwhile we take a look over towards mid on Flea. They use the Reaper Scythe, not going to be enough to kill him off. The Battery Assault's keeping him pushed back. The rotations should start to come from the side of Team Freedom if they last long enough, and he will even hookshot away. So he's hook shot out. And this Sand King trying to go in very deep for the kill on Flea. But I don't think Mad's going to be able to find it. And they're going to have to retreat back to their own shrine as Roche. Hiding in there is CCNC and Yawar. Coming in, Blink, Burrow, Strike onto this Yawar Clinks. But now it's just a Dream Coil on one. I'm not too sure they're going to find anything just yet. Yawar getting a little bit low. They get the buyback coming in from Annihilate. They're going to try and chase out the side of Freedom as Wheel. They're looking for a couple of kills. They get the Burrow Strike out on CCNC, but they don't have Dream Coil anymore. The metal is going to be used to try and hide from this team, but now they're going to be silenced up by the Death Prophet. They continue to go in. KVH trying to find something. The Epicenter comes through, but it's a little bit short. They finally get CCNC low. They get the kill, and Wheel will take out 2. They lose none, but they have used the buyback on their Death Prophet. So while getting themselves a couple of kills, they put themselves in a very tight situation. They might even get more in this Earthshaker, who silence up 4 staffs to the low ground, and with that, they know they can't get the kill. Exorcism is there again. They're trying to force the buyback of CCNC, like Annihilates was forced back just a moment ago, and if they can force that back, they'll probably just back away and take what they're given. They know there's no Echo Slam up. Hook shots available. That's about it. The Blink Burrow Strike. Yawar might be in a little bit of trouble. They're going to get themselves KVH in. He's going to try and get that reprecise, but not going to come out just yet. He's going to get the hook shot out on Annihilate, who's also bought back. So he's got to be very careful in this fight. As does KVH. He's getting ripped apart by these searing arrows of Yawar. He's got to back all the way off. They've got themselves still everybody alive on Wheel, but now back up is going to be CCNC, and if they're not too careful on the side of Wheel Wreck while whistling, CCNC might blink in and start to hit away with this Meld Strike and destroy these heroes of Wheel. So they do end up backing off. Don't get the tier 3. No, they actually do get the tier 3. Never mind. They get the tier 3 finally with their second Exorcism push down middle, but that's all they get.
I'll take your tribute.
So you take a look. Let's go around the horn at these items for the side of Freedom. Clockwork's got that Hood of Defiance. He's looking for the 4-staff. Next, actually, wrapping around the back is going to be Wheel. They're going to get themselves the Burrow Strike. They've got the Sentry Ward down as well as the Dream Coil. Echo Slam comes out on 3 by Snake King. And the stolen Echo Slam by Derp. But it hasn't really done much from either of these Echo Slams. There's the BKB going to be popped by Yawar. He's going to try and continue to go in. They've finally taken out themselves a Rubik. They will continue on forward to Snake King on the side of Wheels. They shrine up and might look to turn it around. They've got the hook shot coming back from Flea. They'll get themselves the kill. CCNC gets a kill on Med. And now 2 are dead on Wheel while the buyback comes in from the Earthshaker Snake King. Buyback from Sand King is there for Mad, but I don't know if really Wheel can do anything with the buyback of this Sand King. He's got himself Epicenter, so if they look to fight again, maybe it comes up close. But Freedom, they've got all 5 heroes. They need to be very careful on the side of Wheel Wreck. Looks as though they're just trying to keep the pressure on and really force down mid again. While up top, CCNC and Sand King are there. Just trying to push out this creep wave. They have themselves Relocate available, so they're ready to take a fight at any moment. Maybe come in behind the side of Wheel Wreck. So there's the Exorcism used. Blink Burrow Strike. He might be in a little bit of trouble on this Earthshaker. Gonna survive, and it's actually a Relocate. Not really that far back. Fissure almost locks Mad in place, but not enough just yet. They've got the traps continually hitting on Annihilate, but without this glyph, they're not able to stop these racks from going down. Annihilate might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be used up. But now CCNC looking to go in. He's lifted up. Telekinesis comes out from Derp. There's a 2-man, 3-man Fissure, and as well as the Epicenter coming in, but they've locked up so many heroes in these cogs. They're going to lose themselves Annihilate, and they're going to be taking out CCNC with that Reaper Sight. So he buys back. They also take out KVH on the Necro, and now CCNC buying back. They're going to start to rip away at these heroes. Mad, he's in a little bit of trouble, but CCNC, he wants more than just that, as they do take out Mad retreating. So Snake King and a couple of these heroes on Team Freedom combine to take out 3 on Wheel, but the buyback forced out on CCNC. They'll try and recover that gold loss with Roche, but Freedom, if they lose CCNC again, they could be losing a full set of racks, maybe even 2. Oh, man, the two's trying to try and go in. He's trying to steal this. Roche is going to go down. Can he get himself the age? It's going to be picked up by CCNC. So he gets himself a second wife. The two, he gives himself up for this attempt. And Wheelwreck, it just starts to dwindle away, as it's a very aggressive move there from just the two on that puck. Surrounded by too many heroes on the side of Team Freedom. He ends up falling. Now the ball is in Team Freedom's court.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So CCNC takes out that top tier 2. The only one left alive is mid. You are pretty deep here. Not a lot of mana. No soaring for 15 seconds. He's actually going to start hitting away with those searing arrows. Fissure comes out from Snake King as well as the Enchant Totem. They'll get the kill with ease. So 5,000 net worth lead. It is gone all awry for the side of Wheelwreck. About to lose their last outer tower. They took a half set of racks over mid, but that's it. They need to really find a fight in which they take out CCNC and Yawar. Otherwise, yeah, look at this push.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Double damage out on CCNC. Still looking for that Hurricane Pike. Push back on it after he bought back. Now they continue to push this creep wave forward, and they're looking for a high ground siege of their own. So Wheel looking to defend, but Freedom not going all the way in just yet. So do they have a smoke available? No. Over here? Nope. Courier? No. So no smoke just yet. Dragonlance is there for the Clinks. You are just trying to find a push as well as a pickoff for the side of Team Freedom. And CCNC, he's still here with Stand King. Now looking for the rest of this, what is the Orchid and probably the Bloodthorn next. Meanwhile, Annihilate is trying to find a little bit more farm, and it's been a bit lacking. He tries to get himself a Shiva's Guard, but not too sure how much that's really going to help. KVH is kind of fallen off as he went Guardian Greaves as the carry for this team. He's got no real big damage output, and then Puck, again, you know, he's going to get that Ags to get the BKB, not to matter with the Dream Coil, or, yeah. And then he doesn't really have much damage either. Their damage at this point in the game is kind of lacking. Meanwhile, Team Freedom with the minus armor they have, you've got the Meld Strike, you've got the Medallion of Clinks. It's just, you gotta worry if you're Wheelwreck, you're down 5,000 net worth and really seemingly pushed to the brink.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh boy, the two might be in a little bit of trouble. Hookshot comes in from Flea. They get the Cogs to come through. There's the Force Staff as well as the Yules. The two might be in a little bit of trouble. He uses that Phase Shift to try and survive, but the Enchant Totem strike down from Snake King. So they lose the two. He's dead for 50 seconds. Another play where he gets caught out. And that's your moment to push if you're Team Freedom. So now they look over bottom. 3 heroes here for Wheel, all getting out of harm's way, immediately TPing out. So you are here over by this creep wave, over by this secret shop, making sure nobody comes over through the side. And just a bit more farming for him is I think he's got that Hurricane Pike just about finished. If not on the courier. Nope.
Boom, there it goes.
So CCNC, he's going to continue to push here with the Wisp of Stand King.
Flares here.
That's been mixing me up more than the wheel wreck while whistling. It's the Stand King, Snake King, Sand King that's all in this game right now.
Yes.
So double damage available. Meanwhile, Wheel, they're going to come in. They're smoked up. Leading the charge is going to be Annihilate, but a double damage has been picked up for CCNC. I don't think they know that. They get the trap. It's going to spot out Annihilate and immediately taken out. They're still smoked up. They're going to try and make a move. Let's see if they can find anything. They really want to go in deep for this. There's another trap. And Freedom, they're split very far apart. Now they're really close to each other. And they're going to smoke up. So they smoke, find themselves some space, and they're actually going to head towards top, getting fully away from Wheel. Just completely making space. Annihilate in a lot of trouble, slowed by that Diffusal Blade, avoids the fissure due to that. But the hookshot comes in from Flea, dead as Annihilate, 72 seconds on the sideline, and no buyback for this Death Prophet. How do you hold without Exorcism? What do you do without your Death Prophet? And now you can only just watch if your Wheel as the push is getting ready to come your way. Blink Burrow Strike. They get the steal on the refraction. Not really worth it for Derp Derp. But Freedom, ready to go, waiting for these creeps, and the double damage still on CCNC. There's the Blink Burrow Strike. KBH comes in. They've got the Waning Rift. Nothing following it up just yet. They're still in a little bit of trouble if they want to go for this kill. They've got the Telekinesis, but it's not really doing anything. And there's the Relocate back by Stand King by himself. So he's going to relocate back, tether all the way out. And it looks as though Freedom is actually going to back off. Don't even take a tier 3. They don't push as heavily as I thought they would. They're waiting for the diffuse on CCNC, who picks up this Arcane Runer. Spots it out maybe for Snaking. So Wheel again, they're feeling this pressure, feeling like they need to make a move. They got to get a couple of these kills, and at this point already, cooldown on buyback is already taken all the way up. CCNC's got it, so the situation and scenario they were in before, where if they killed off CCNC again, and they might find another Rax, is no longer there.
Invisibility.
Man. Invis is KBH with this Invis rune. Snaking showing himself. They want to continue to go in. They've got themselves the Yules. Can they get the kill? BKB's going to be popped. He's got the Enchant Totem. He might look for a nice Echo Slam if they're not too careful. They want to continue to dive in deep, but this trap's going to slow down these heroes on Wheel, and they'll just get themselves a Wisp. Yeah, that Reaper Scythe comes out. They can't relocate in, but when you're trying to high ground siege, the Wisp is not who you should be worrying about. So still down 10,000 net worth, but Wheel, they're the ones putting pressure on now. They're going to use this Exorcism, probably. Look to make something happen. Oh, boy. 4-step right into the cogs. He's going to be with it with Team Freedom. There's the Epicenter coming in from Mad. Not really doing too much. There's the Spirit Siphon used by Annihilate, but still not finding anything. A huge Echo Slam from this Earthshaker, but nobody dead just yet from Wheel Wreck while whistling. It was a 5-man Echo Slam that lands, but doesn't kill off anybody. Derp Derp going to be shredded by that Meld Strike. So it deters them from really going in on this tier 3. They know they have to make this move. They're down by so much, but really, what can they do? They've got Hookshot still available on Flea. There's the Fissure. Oh, boy. Annihilate might be in a little bit of trouble. Finally going to heal up from this Exorcism coming back. Mad's going to be taken out by CCNC. They continue on forward, trying to get the Battery Assault to hit on Annihilate. They don't find anything just yet. CCNC blinking forward, trying to hit out on this Puck, who's trying to run away. The 2 stunned up. Not sure if he's going to make it to the Illusory Orb, and he just does. So they hold again, and they hold well. 5-man Echo Slam from this Earthshaker, but maybe they could have gotten a little bit more had they had that Wisp if they relocate behind them and try to chunk them out. But instead, it just does defend the tower. They get a kill or two, and Wheel backs off. Take a look up top again. Oh boy. You are ready. Looking to make something happen. Blinking away is this puck, but he's going to be chunked out. The relocate's going to come in from Stan King as well as Snake King. They've got the fissure. He's going to be stunned up. They get the kill with the enchant totem. The 2 taken out again. So a 3-4-man smoke for Wheel. Again, desperate calls for the side of Wheel. They've got themselves CC and C locked up, but he's finally going to use that BKB. The Metal Strike comes out on KVH. He's going to try and run away. This is the Spirit Siphon from Annihilate. He's going to work on CC and C, but he's got that BKB, so he's not in too much trouble for now. They've got the Enchant Totem. They'll take out Mad first, and Wheel, they don't know what they can do except back off. Double damage again for this Templar Assassin. This is going to be a quick Roche for Freedom, and Aegis and Cheese dropping. This time, Aegis is going to be on CCNC. UR picks up the Cheese, and this should be where the final push, the death push, comes in for Team Freedom now with their 16,000 net worth lead.
And it's off.
So Silvercrest finished for Yawar, even less armor for the side of Wheel. They're just cleaning up these creep waves with Illusory Orb. We'll look to push these creeps out. We'll look to take a tier 3 finally. CC and C just farming the jungle over here. In the Wheel Wreck side. Well, over bottom, you've got Snaking and Flea. Just trying to push out this bottom lane. As well as mid with that rocket flare. So cleans it up with 3 shots. Still here with Stan King, ready to look for a pickoff or 2 or even the game. Continues to push both top and mid bottom, just pushing by itself. They've got UR coming in again with that Solar Crest. Annihilate a bit far out, so he's got to be very careful. Can't really leave the stairs here inside the base. It's in a little bit too much trouble as they're defending every lane. Are going to push. He's almost level 25. CC and C, he's level 25. Has 3 on that fraction instances. Now there's the Veil. Let's see if they can take out the Aegis on CC and C. I don't think they're going to be able to, really. The Glyph's going to come out. Freedom. They back off for now and continue to push the creep wave, knowing now they've taken out the Glyph. They can look in again and slow siege this base. Kind of wonder where the damage comes from for the side of Wheel Wreck. They get the Reaper Scythe to hit on CCNC. Doesn't get the kill. He's alive still. Crypt Swarm doesn't do enough, and he's getting healed up right away by Stan King. Don't even take out that Aegis. Reaper Scythe is down, and you are looking bad if you're the side of Wheel trying to defend this high ground. Hookshot missed by Flea. Shivasgar going to slow down CCNC, but he's still ready to go. They've got themselves the fissure. They'll look to take out Mad. He just survives, and now Wheel looking to turn it around. They've got themselves a 3-man Dream Coil. Going to be snapped out on Flea, but nobody else. CCNC still alive as well as you are, and they're in pretty good health. Pretty good spirits. No ulti now from either the Puck or the Necro. Fissure again on Mad. He's got to be very careful. Strafe is up one more time. CC&C, he's going to be lifted up, pulled back into the base, but they just cannot make it happen. Meanwhile, over mid, they lost to Ceterax. Forced to relocate and clean up. By himself. Stanking. Watch out. Jesus. So he'll come all the way back. Doesn't really clean up too well, and that's another creep wave going out. Anybody have boots of travel on the side of Wheelwreck? They might want to go for a death push. Not going to. They'll throw Flea back. With Battery Assault, he should be able to clean up these creeps. They're going to take this little building, take the shrine out, work towards this effigy. They're tearing this base apart. Wheelwreck making enough time for creeps to do something. Finally, the creeps get pushed away, and still Wheel have not lost anything in their base. They've held the tier 3. They're going to smoke up. They're going to try and fight. Bloodthorn coming out for CC&C. So this time a double damage for Wheel. Maybe picked up by Necro. You're going to come over. Scan's not going to hit from the side of Freedom, and continuing over. Ah, there it is. Finally hits, and there's the pings. They're going to look to come in on Wheelwreck. Let's see if they can find anything. Over across the wave is Freedom. And they need to make this count. If you're Wheel, you need to come in and take this team fight. It's all or nothing at this moment, but knowing that it seems like you've been caught out, not going to go for it, and they're just going to go for the shrine instead. Now you've been seen. Hookshot comes all the way in. They get something with it. There's the Burrow Strike, but now Spirit Siphon's getting him a little bit low. They've got the Dream Coil snaking with the BKB Echo Slam. This puck in so much danger. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is going to chunk away at Wheelwreck. Lost Derp already. They don't end up losing the puck just yet. Tries to get away, but Flea finishes him off. They've lost 2. There's the Burrow Strike coming out, but the Exorcism not doing enough. Snaking hitting very hard onto the side of Wheelwreck, and Annihilate, he's lost between a rock and a hard place. He can't really find himself out. He's got the Solar Crest on him, continuing to hit away as Yawar, keeping himself alive just barely with the Spirit Siphon. This Exorcism, just not enough yet. CC&C comes in with Yawar. They take out KVH. Annihilate's the next one to fall. 4 dead on Wheelwreck. They lose nothing on Freedom, and it looks very good as a nice hold for Team Freedom, up now 21,000 net worth.
Invisibility.
Might just for more.
So top of the net worth by 10,000 gold is this TA CC&C, really carrying the team on his back through most of this game. With Yawar having a little bit of farm, the two of them together are just chunking out Wheel. Are now going to push over top while CC&C and Snake King, Stan King push out mid. Clean it up pretty quickly. And now they look towards this tier 3. Trying to force the buyback out from Annihilate and Necro, but really what would they do? They get the buyback from the Death Prophet, and there's the Glyph. There's Force that forward, hit by the Burrow Strike, lifted up. But still not dead yet. He's going to be relocated out. There's the Dream Coil coming in on Snake King. Going to be broken. I don't think he's got that Ags just yet, and it's not going to work through that BKB.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They continue working, continue slow sieging. The creeps should take this tower, or even one more shot from CC&C. They've taken the tier 3 up top so they can back up for these shrines, and they might even just wait for Roche one more time.
Regeneration.
So they get both shrines.
And it's up.
Back off, and I think they are going to wait for Roche despite being up so much. Again, Wheel bought back. Really, what can they do? At some points it seems like they're just watching their base be chunked away by Team Freedom. They're too afraid to leave their base. There's traps in all these lanes, everywhere placed by CCNC. They're ready to go in at a moment's notice, and you are ready to just farm up his Bloodthorn too. Now they're together, really looking to push, continue to farm. And there it is, CCNC with the push up top. Both these heroes you are in CCNC continuing to farm, waiting for Roche. I don't really think they need Roche to really go in and take this game, but in a spot where I think they have to win every game from now out, you're going to want to take it slow and make sure you get every win you can. Take a look over. Now the Fissure comes out on the Clockwork, or actually comes out onto the Sand King. Clockwork's going to be stunned up by the Burrow Strike. They've got themselves a Dream Coil, but everybody on the side of Wheel Wreck while whistling is already low. They've got the Enchant Totem. Meld Strike hits and strikes out KVH. They look up towards this Derp. Rubik, he's dead as well. 2 dead, no buyback. And now Freedom will look to work on these racks. CCNC makes quick work of the racks up top. Maybe their last stand for Wheel as they just watch their buildings be chunked away.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Burrow Strike, Veil. Let's see if they can make anything happen. No. Immediately out. They bought back on Derp as well. Now they'll look to push mid. These creeps pushing out a little bit up top. They'll actually rethink it and head back to Roche again. So you go for this Roche, Solar Crest, Melt Strike, everything, just chunking this Roche very quickly. And Roche, you had a life. It was good, but it's gone. Roche, rest in peace, minute 53 to 56. So 36,000 net worth lead for the side of Team Freedom. Wheel still kind of trying to figure out what they do next. They've been doing this for about 20 minutes, and now the hookshot comes in from Flea. They've got themselves one. Let's see if they can follow it up. They've got the battery assault stolen by this Rubik Derp, but no real follow-up from Team Freedom, no relocate forward. It's just a hookshot used by Flea. So here Freedom are ready to go.
Boom, there it goes.
Take out this mid tower and racks. Move on forward. Wheel looking to defend for one last time, but they've lost that tier 3 over mid. And Freedom back up again.
Incoming.
So again, just taking it very safely and really not looking to mess up at all. They'll take it slow. They'll siege it slow. They want to lock up this win with no fear of throwing it away. There it is. 4-staff forward. He might be in a little bit of trouble. The Lotus Orb is going to be out. They've got the Reaper Scythe coming out on both these heroes, but nobody dies. Continuing in with the Echo Slam. Ready is going to be this Earthshaker, but he pops himself on the lasso. They lose the Aegis on Earthshaker. So now Wheel, they've only lost Derp, now going to lose Mad. Let's see if they can even hang on to this game. Echo Slam comes out, Enchant Totem, as well as the Fissure. There's one more hit. You'll die as well. Death Prophet, they look for more. They'll get another in the 2. Can KVH even make it back to base? Should be an entire team wipe for the side of Team Freedom to finish off this game, and it will be. So 5-0. They finish off the game. GG is called by Wheelwreck while whistling. Team Freedom, a slow start, but CCNC makes enough time for them to come back and win it. So you take a look. Flea, 24 assists. Yawar, 9, 3, and 16 after the slow start he had. CCNC, 12, 4, and 8. A full 13,000 net worth above his own teammate of Yawar, and a full 22,000 above KVH. It's downhill once they really, like I said, got that time on Yawar to find himself that Desolator, work with CCNC getting himself that Desolator. And I said Desolator for Yawar, I meant Diffusal. And CCNC gets that Desolator, and they work with that and really destroy Wheelwreck from that point on. So they win. They continue on with a winning record. Wheelwreck, they lose. They got to go back to the drawing board. And we'll be back with the next game in just a moment.
Bets online.